Good evening, guys. How's it going? I'm excited to spend this chill little self-care evening with you all. This is my updated, if you will, 2023 evening routine, because I don't think I've done one this year yet, but specifically for the days where I want to make time for self-care in the evening, whether it's after a really long, hard day or I just haven't been feeling my best recently. This really helps me unwind. This is also how I prepare for a 6 a.m. morning, which I was planning to get up at 6 a.m. the next day. So making sure I'm getting enough sleep, getting myself to bed on time, and all those little preparations that go into making sure I'm getting like a high quality sleep. Most evenings start by taking out Mochi, whether it's for a little walk or just a run around. It's been hard over the winter months because of the cold and it just getting dark way too early. I sound like such a typical Brit complaining about the weather so early on in this video, but if you live in the UK, you know how I feel. But anyway, it's nice to see the sun going down later now. I cannot wait for that warmer weather to kick in, still waiting for that. Also, how cute is Mochi in these little clips? I love when he gets like the proper zoomies, and it means he's gonna be chilled out for the evening. I like to finish up work between like 6 p.m, 7 p.m. Honestly, the earlier the better, but it doesn't always work like that. I find the most satisfying and rewarding bit is actually ticking off my little to-do list on my Notion planner. It's always linked below, by the way, if you want to check it out. It's like I hit a dopamine. I managed that. Then something new to my routine is actually taking those things that I maybe didn't finish or whatever's on my mind that like I know I need to do, but the day's over now, so it's for tomorrow. I grab my notebook and I write a for tomorrow dedicated list. I don't know why, but I really like the combo of digital and physical organization planning at the moment. This is the best way for me to like mentally clock off from work. It is so easy for me to not feel fully finished with the day, and that leaves me with annoying, anxious thoughts, not being able to switch off properly. So I recommend trying this if you also struggle with this. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, a 10-minute yoga session or stretch in the evening is exactly what my body needs. Going through the movements that just feel right for me. I had a pretty hard reformer class earlier today, so my body was stiff. It was not feeling good. Yoga is just something I love to do because obviously it helps you take care of your body, but also your mind. It's a nice thing to incorporate into your evening routine. 10 minutes is actually very doable. 10 minutes to turn off your thoughts, forget about work, and just kind of tune in with yourself. I have a bath maybe like once a month. It is not a regular occurrence, so please don't be thinking I'm that person that has a bath every day. But when I do, I go all out. Bubbles, candles, pour myself a glass of something cold and fizzy, you name it. And like I said, this is a bit of a self-care evening, so yes, we are doing that. I love drinking Trip in the evening to help chill me out. It tastes so good as well. And then it's time to cleanse my skin, get it free from makeup. The best feeling at the end of the day is taking off my makeup. I double cleanse, which for the longest time I didn't, and I would always be like, why does my makeup not come off when I cleanse? So both of my cleansers are from CeraVe. You guys know I rave about them all the time. Simple, affordable skincare. The main trick I've found to actually melt your makeup away and off your skin is to make sure, first of all, that you're double cleansing, but that your first cleanser is an oil-based cleanser. I then wanted to try this face mask by Morphe. I think this was a little gift when I went to an event a week ago, so I was really excited to try this. It's just a nice feeling to sit in the bathtub with a hydrating face mask on. Once I was in the tub, sometimes, I want to watch a show or maybe read a book, listen to a podcast, But something I'm trying to get better at is actually just enjoying being alone and with my own thoughts and being comfortable with my own thoughts, which I get it. On the face of it, it sounds really weird, and if you don't really struggle with this, then you can just ignore me, but it's actually a bit of a mental exercise for me. I feel like we're so used to constantly having something on in the background to entertain us. We have entertainment on the tip of our fingers. It's always accessible. I know I'm very guilty of not feeling like I can just sit still in silence when doing kind of everyday tasks. Our attention constantly needs to be on something, to be stimulated. Like, we could always be busy, we could always be learning, or we might get bored. But sometimes it's important to kind of wake up that part of your brain that daydreams, that self-reflects, and just kind of let your mind wander. I find it helps me be more present in that moment and kind of enjoy the little things a bit more. So I use the Skin and Me Daily Dozer treatment. This is only for the evenings and I love it. I've used it for months. It helps with my skin's texture, and then I just moisturize over that. I've started using this rose hip oil from The Ordinary. I've only been using it for a few days, but so far I really like it, just for like that extra boost of hydration. And then I actually got these under eye masks. I think they're like CBD eye masks, which sounds really odd. I don't know. I got them in Sephora. I just picked them up. They're just supposedly meant to make you feel more relaxed. Okay, now for the last, but by no means least, step of my self-care routine. My hair, since bleaching it blonde, has been through it, and I'm that person who loves testing products, methods in order to try keep my hair as healthy and happy as possible. But I tend to focus only on my ends, not my scalp, and I think that's where I've been going wrong. So if you're anything like me, you need to try this Smart Scalp Massager from Scalp Hero. This ticks all the boxes for me. I have never used something like this. Not only does it promote hair growth by stimulating blood flow to help grow healthier, thicker hair, but this is also a key part of my self-care routine because, oh my word, this feels so good on my scalp. I love using it in the evenings after a busy day, just for 5 minutes. Whilst I'm reading, I'm on my phone relaxing. This really helps me relax. It is just so easy to use. I slowly work it around my scalp, and this does all the hard work for you. Don't worry, it does not tangle your hair. That's an issue I've had in the past with other massagers. I love using this with oils. I find it helps to really like work the oils into my scalp. It is actually waterproof, so when I wash my hair with shampoo, it's a really handy tool to help like deep clean my hair. Something else that makes this really unique is how it has red light therapy, so you can grow your hair thicker and stronger. Scalp Hero have actually reached 10,000 happy customers, and so they have launched the best deal yet, 50% off. I can't stress enough, if you guys want to try it, now is the time, and it is for a limited time. So if you want to get your hands on one of these, give it a go. Click the link in my bio. They do a 60-day money back guarantee if you're not happy with it, if it's not working for you. However, I actually do not understand how you cannot love the feeling of this. It's so relaxing. The link is in my description bar. Huge thank you to Scalp Hero for sponsoring this part of the video. Tonight we were having HelloFresh. Absolute shock. I know. If you watch my videos then you know this just makes life easier, simpler, and especially on a weekday evening, it's a must. I love how cooking is my time to kind of like turn off my brain in a way and just focus on making something yummy. So I chose this chorizo pasta recipe. Started by preparing the courgette, then charred it on the stove for about 4 minutes. I got the macaroni shells cooking, then cooked up some chorizo with garlic, some chickpeas, and also passata to make this really yummy sauce. Once it was all ready, I just added it all together in the pan, added some cheese, seasoned salt and pepper, and then added the courgette on top. This was a really easy recipe. It didn't take too long, so absolutely perfect for weekday evenings. And something that made it different was adding the chickpeas to the pasta. This might sound ridiculous, but it actually tasted so good, and I've never tried this kind of combo before, so I recommend this recipe. So earlier today, I may have treated myself to a new oil diffuser. I popped into the White Company, which might be one of my favorite stores right now, and I picked up this along with one of their set of fragrance oils. I can't lie, every time I walk into that store it smells so good, and so I want my home to smell like that. I feel like this is such an easy way to get your home smelling and feeling like a spa, just like the ultimate relaxing feels. And doing this in the evening before you're about to, like I am, properly relax, watch some TV is just perfect. So we decided to watch the final episode of The Last of Us today. If you haven't jumped on the show yet, oh my god, you're missing out. You know that feeling when you finish a TV show and you're just kind of left feeling a little bit lost? That is for sure how this left me feeling. Then it's time to do the last little bits to get me ready for bed. If you've watched my recent healthy habits video, then you know one of the habits I'm trying to keep up with right now is going to bed earlier than I need to, kind of on purpose, so that I do deliberately have 20-30 minutes to switch off, to also not be on a screen and not be tempted to just scroll on my phone. This sounds really easy, but actually for me it takes more discipline than I thought it would. So I got into bed at 10 p.m, aiming to start falling asleep around 9:30. I put my phone on sleep mode and just like called it a day there, so I'm not even tempted to check it. And today I wanted to catch up on the book I've started reading, which is called A Little Life. Please let me know in the comments if you've read this book, because I've heard so many things. It for sure, I'm gonna sound stupid here, but it's the biggest book I've ever bought. It's like over 700 pages, but I'm determined because apparently the writing in this is beautiful, and I'm gonna go see the play of it live in London this summer. Also, something that comes into my evening routine every single night is I love to put on my Lumi light. This actually has like a sunset mode, so it slowly dims the light over a period of 30 minutes. Perfect for this little habit I'm trying to keep up. So eventually the light turns red, which I think is really good for you during bedtime. I don't really know like biologically what happens to your brain, but it's like my body now knows it's time for bed, and I found this makes a huge difference in terms of like the quality sleep I get. Just feels like I get a good night's sleep. And thank you all so much for joining me on this little evening, more of like a self-care focused evening in my life. Your support means the world to me. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Good night.